What's up everybody, it's TKE, and today I'm going to be rebuilding the Detroit Pistons. So obviously the Pistons need a lot of help. They're not really a good team and their future does not look that bright. They don't have any true young stars like Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose. Both those players are good players, but they have nowhere to go. They trade away Andre Drummond and basically got nothing for him. So they're pretty much sitting in not a good spot, so I want to change that. So I simulated through the 2020 season and the playoffs, and the 76ers ended up winning the championship, and Joel Embiid was the finals MVP, and they beat the Nuggets 4-1. So let's get into the offseason and let's see what we can do with this team. We should have our draft pick, which should be pretty decent, but yeah, it's projected to be the third pick. Let's see what it ends up being. And we fall all the way down to 6, so that kind of sucks, but we'll get out of the draft lottery, and we'll fix up our staff because we need it. Dwayne Casey, he's actually a decent coach, but I'm going to fire him and try and bring in Michael Stauffer. And an assistant GM, we want somebody good like Abraham Navarro. Assistant coach is okay, I guess. Scout's fine. Trainer, we need a better trainer. So for a trainer, we'll try and bring in Randy Martin. We'll see if we can bring him in. Okay, so we're going to exceed our budget with these people. So we're going to probably not sign Randy Martin. And we'll find a different trainer to sign here. So we'll try and sign Sean Lee. And we got him. So we look to be good. Let's get into the draft. Let's see who we can take with that 6th pick. And I'm probably going to end up trading like Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin here maybe. And see if we can get something decent for them. Mitchell Robinson would be a good center to come in. He'd only have a year left in his deal, but that wouldn't be a bad player that we could bring in here, and we'd save a bunch of money. So we're going to do that. And we're also going to try to trade Derrick Rose and see if he has any trade value with like a first-round pick. So we can actually bring in Zach LaVine. And by the way, this is not realistic at all. Like, these trades are just going to be, the best trades I can find. They're not going to be things that I think might actually happen. Jamal Murray would be a good point guard to bring in. So I think we are going to bring in Jamal Murray, and he'll be the starting point guard for the team for the future. So now we'll get to our pick. So here at 6, we do have LaMelo Ball, Obi Toppin, Denny Avdija, and Cole Anthony. And Sadiq Bey, I guess, too. I'm going to take LaMelo here. Him falling to 6, I can't really pass up on that. And we'll get out of the draft and see what we can do in free agency this year. So we have enough money to throw at Anthony Davis here in the first year. So we're going to try and do that and see if he'll accept this contract. Otherwise, we will also try and bring in Hassan Whiteside just so we can trade him if we need to. And Hassan Whiteside is agreeing Anthony Davis is going back to the Lakers, so that's fine. We'll bring in Whiteside. And I'm going to go and try and trade Tony Snell quick so we have a little bit more money to work with in free agency here. So Tony Snell is $12 million and just like a second-round pick. Can we get something a lot cheaper, maybe a couple firsts? There's a first from the Cavs, from the Miami Heat. Got a 2021 pick from the Spurs. We'll take that. It's top 3 protected. Hopefully they aren't that bad to where they get the top 3 pick. So we're going to try and sign Danilo Gallinari as well and then probably throw him up in a trade. Or we might actually use him. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens there. Bogdanovich will also throw him a contract and see if he accepts. So we got Danilo Gallinari. We're going to also try and bring in Davis Bertans, see if we can afford him. We can't quite afford him, but maybe he will accept that contract. He is signing with us. So we'll bring him in. I think that's all we're going to do here in free agency. So we have 2 training camps, and one of them is definitely going to be going to Mitchell Robinson. And then I think the other one probably to either LaMelo Ball or Luke Kennard. I'm going to go with LaMelo Ball, even though he probably has A+ already. And we'll get into the season. We'll see what other moves we need to make. And I'm hoping we have a playoff team this year. And then maybe we can do some damage in the playoffs and maybe try and, win a round or something like that. But I'm not really sure that I'm going to be able to build a championship team this year. So this is what the rotation would look like as of now. LaMelo Ball will be point guard, so I can shift Jamal Murray to a shooting guard, which is fine with me. We need a better small forward for sure. And we can trade Whiteside or Mitchell Robinson. I might trade Mitchell Robinson because he's younger. Okay, so I just basically traded Bam Adebayo by just trading Mitchell Robinson and Sekou Doumbouya. Maybe I thought it would get him. I didn't think that was going to be enough, but I guess it was. So we got Bam here, and he can run power forward for us, and we kept Danilo Gallinari, so I can either run him at small forward or trade him. So Bam will go to power forward, and he'll be an 89 overall. I also have to change Jamal Murray to a shooting guard, and he's an 87. So I'm going to be trading Gallinari and a couple picks and Bruce Brown for Jaylen Brown and Robert Williams. So Jaylen Brown will probably run small forward for us. And yeah, then the starting lineup should be pretty set. And off the bench, we're going to need a better backup point guard, I think. And then maybe a better backup small forward. Yeah, I think Bruno Fernando would be a good player to bring in. So then I'm going to trade Robert Williams because we don't need him anymore. And Vlatko Kankar, I don't really know who that is. 2025 first round pick for Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson. I'll switch Duncan Robinson over to a small forward, and he should jump up to like an 80 something. Okay, a 79. And now he should be our backup small forward for the season. And we should be pretty set. So we got LaMelo Ball, Jamal Murray, Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, Hassan Whiteside, Davis Bertans, Duncan Robinson, Luke Kennard, Kendrick Nunn, and then Bruno Fernando. I'm going to run a 10-man rotation. I don't need Yogi Ferrell playing any minutes for me. So the last thing I want to do is check my system. Pace and space is 3.5 stars, and that looks to be the best. So we're going to run that. We'll get on with this season, and I'll catch you guys at the end of it. Hopefully we are a solid playoff team. So I ended up with a 500 record, and Giannis won MVP. He played really good. Tyrese Haliburton actually won Rookie of the Year. I haven't really seen that in many simulations, so that's kind of interesting. Dennis Schroeder won 6-man. Kawhi won Defensive Player, Chris Boucher won Most Improved, and then Lloyd Pierce won Coach of the Year. Yeah, so the Team 500, not really the best thing that could have happened, but it is what it is. Nobody in any All-NBA teams or defensive teams. We do have LaMelo Ball making All-Rookie First Team, though, which is good to see. And we did end up being the 7th seed here, so let's check out the stats before we jump into the season. And Jaylen Brown averaged 17, Bam averaged 16.9, Jamal Murray averaged 16.7, LaMelo Ball averaged 14, Hassan averaged 12.5, and the bench actually played pretty well. So hopefully next season when LaMelo's better, Bam keeps improving, everything like that, we should be pretty good. We'll simulate this first round against the 76ers and just see if we can maybe upset them somehow. We go down 0-1, we're down 0-2. We're down 0-3. Okay, so we're going to get eliminated here in the first round, more than likely. We steal a game, and we are eliminated. So we'll simulate the rest of the playoffs, and then we'll get into offseason number 2. So the Atlanta Hawks actually do win the NBA championship over the... Who was it? Yeah, the Clippers. They won 4-6. Trae Young was your finals MVP. So let's get into this offseason. So right now, we would get the Spurs draft pick because it is 6, so we're just hoping it doesn't fall into the top 3. And it falls to 4. That's perfect. That is exactly what we needed to happen because obviously a top 3 protected pick would not be coming to us. So I see this trade for the first pick, and it's Jamal Murray, first round pick, for number 1 and Zach LaVine. And we also have to send out Bruno Fernando. So I'm going to see if I can keep Bruno Fernando. Okay, so I'm going to have to send out Bruno Fernando. But I'm thinking if I get the number 1 pick, I can get Cade Cunningham, and he's an absolute animal in this game. So I'm going to make this trade. Jamal Murray is just a little bit better than Zach LaVine, but that's fine. So we made that trade. Now we have the number 1 pick, and let's see who we can take. It's going to be Cade Cunningham. I mean, it has to be Cade Cunningham. I know he's a point guard. We have LaMelo Ball. I'll run LaMelo at shooting guard. I'll switch Zach LaVine to small forward if I have to. Trade Jaylen Brown or something. I don't know. But we're going to draft Cade Cunningham. So we're going to extend qualifying offers to everybody here. So Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo, Kendrick Nunn, Robert Franks, and Luke Kennard. So I said I was going to look into trading Hassan Whiteside here in free agency and seeing if we can get somebody that makes less money and is still almost just as good as him. Because I want to have a little bit of money to work with in free agency. So like Wendell Carter is a little bit worse. It wouldn't be the greatest trade, but I could run him at power forward and put Bam back at center if I wanted to. Yeah, I think I'm going to trade for Wendell instead of Mo Bamba. I think he has an option on his contract. Maybe he doesn't. Okay, we'll trade for Wendell. And now we should have some money to maybe throw it like Giannis. Not quite enough money for Giannis. Davis Bertans, actually. 14 million's a little bit too much for him. So we'll try and trade him and just get somebody that makes less and is still a decent player. Theo Maledon makes a lot less. He's not nearly as good, but he could develop too. Ricky Rubio makes more. A couple first-round picks from the Thunder. We could use those to like build a little bit with. We're going to take these 2 picks from the Thunder, and they should be pretty decent. Now we'll try and offer both Giannis and Kawhi, and hopefully we can get one of them to sign with us. So I'll offer Giannis this contract with the player option, the no trade clause. And we'll also offer Kawhi Leonard the same deal, as big as we can get for him. And player option, no trade clause. And let's hope that one of them comes into the team. We got Giannis. Let's go. Actually, we got both of them. We could decide between the two who we want. They have the exact same contract. I'm going to take Giannis on this one. He's younger. He's going to develop even more. He's going to be an awesome player to have. Bam Adebayo is prepared to accept an offer from the Jazz. Can we sign him and Giannis? We can. That's good. We're going to have to renounce rights on Luke Kennard. Otherwise, we're going over the salary cap. That's fine with me. Luke Kennard is not worth losing Bam and not bringing in Giannis. Oh, we don't have enough money to sign Giannis? Oh, no. Wow, that sucks. You know, it is what it is. We're going to try and sign somebody that we can actually afford. Like, can we afford John Collins, maybe? Not John Collins. Spencer Dinwiddie? We could afford Spencer Dinwiddie. Victor Oladipo, we probably could not afford. Could afford, like, Gordon Hayward. We're going to throw Spencer Dinwiddie a contract. Hopefully he accepts that. He'll be a decent piece to trade if we need to. Who else can we afford? Let's try and bring in Andre Roberson. He's got a little bit of trade value, so we would probably be able to trade him if we switched him up to a small forward. And I'm going to try and sign Myers Leonard as well. And then hopefully we should be pretty good to have a few pieces to build around. So I'll get out of free agency, and we'll check how our players are looking at player progression. And Kendrick Nunn does accept the qualifying offer, so that's good because he's a good player to come off the bench for cheap. And Bam is up to a 90. Jaylen Brown's an 88. Zach LaVine's an 87. Wendell Carter is an 84. Dinwiddie's an 84. Ball is an 83. Cade Cunningham is an 80. And Kendrick Nunn is a 79. So with our 2 camps, we're going to send untapped potential to like Wendell Carter Jr. because I want him to develop into being a good center for us. And then probably also to... Cade Cunningham probably doesn't need it. So we'll send it to like Kendrick Nunn. So if we were to not make any trades, this is what the lineup would look like. We'd have LaMelo here, Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, Wendell Carter. That's the thing. Maybe I'll try and trade Dinwiddie because he makes more money than Ball does. And then Ball and Cade Cunningham can share the point guard duties. So we'll trade like a couple picks with Spencer Dinwiddie. Hopefully we can bring in just a really solid player that's not a point guard. Other than that, I don't really know if I care what position it is. Bull could come in. Vucevic, Sabonis. I think I'm going to make the Sabonis trade. We're also bringing Willie Cauley-Stein. I'll trade Kendrick Nunn for Cole Anthony. And then we should be pretty set, honestly. So I'm thinking running it like this or running a 9-man rotation and then putting Cole Anthony in the G League. So I think I'm going to do that, actually. So then this is our rotation. LaMelo Ball, Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, Wendell Carter Jr., and then Sabonis, Roberson, Cunningham, Willie Cauley-Stein, and then Cole Anthony is going to the G League. And I think that's pretty much set. So I'm going to get into simulating this season, and we'll see how good this team is. Actually, I decided before I was going to simulate, I'm going to trade Zach LaVine and Jamal Murray, and then Jamal Murray runs shooting guard because he's going to be around longer than LaVine is. I don't know if I'm going to be able to re-sign LaVine this offseason. So now I need a backup center. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we need a backup center off the bench. And we don't need Shake Milton. So I'll trade Shake Milton and try and get a backup center. And Daniel Gafford will be that backup center. So I'll set the rotation. I'll make sure the system is good. And then we will actually get to simulating this time. Pace and space is 4 stars. So we're going to sit with that. Balance is also 4 stars. But I'm going to run pace and space because that's where the coach is. simulate season number 2, and hopefully we can, make a run at the championship, because I think this will be a good team. So I'll catch you guys at the end of the season. So the team was a lot better this year. We ended up winning 62 games, only had 20 losses, so much improved over last year. Giannis went to Utah and won Most Valuable Player. He should have been here in Detroit. I screwed that one up. But Bol won Rookie of the Year and Sixth Man of the Year. Kawhi Leonard won Defensive Player of the Year. Nicholas Claxton won Most Improved. And then Michael Stauffer was the Coach of the Year. So, All-NBA first team, we do not see any Pistons. Second team, no Pistons. Third team, we have LaMelo Ball. So he made All-NBA third team. Wow, that's interesting. He's an 85 overall now. And I didn't see rookie teams. I skipped over those, but I'm sure Cade Cunningham was on there somewhere. We do end up as the 1 seed. I'm going to tweak the rotation a little bit, and then we'll get into simulating. So this may seem weird to go up to a 10-man rotation into the playoffs, but with LaMelo Ball playing well, Cade Cunningham's already an 84, and then Cole Anthony actually jumps up to an 80. I think I'm going to run with it, or maybe I'll take Daniel Gafford out of the rotation. That's something we could do as well. Yeah, I'll probably take Daniel Gafford out because we have Adebayo and Wendell Carter Jr. and Sabonis, so they can run all of our backup center minutes, so we actually should be pretty good. I'll make sure that Bam's backup position is a center quick. Okay, so Bam's backup position is a center. So this is the rotation we're going to run with, just a 9-man. And we're going to get into simulating after I check out these stats quick. So for the season, Jamal Murray actually led us in scoring. He scored 20 points a game. LaMelo Ball scored 18. Jaylen Brown played well. Bam played really well. Sabonis played good. Cunningham had a decent season, but being behind, Jamal Murray and LaMelo Ball, it's not going to always turn out that great for a rookie. But he still played good for the circumstances. So we are going up against Boston. I want to see what Boston's team looks like. They have Kemba, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Danilo Gallinari, John Henson. So they obviously lost Jaylen Brown because we took him from him. So let's see if Jaylen Brown can get some, not revenge, but, beat his old team. It's not really revenge because we traded for him. Boston wasn't just super willing to send him out. So we actually ended up winning 4-0 against Boston, and now we're going up against Cleveland, and I want to see what Cleveland's team looks like because I'm not really sure how good they are. Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Kevin Porter Jr., Kevin Love, Andre Drummond. It's a good team. I think we should be better than them, though. So we'll get into simulating this round, and hopefully we can win. Let's see how the first game goes here. We win the first game. Can we sweep this team as well and get into the what? Nope, 1-1. So up 2-1 now. 2-2. We go up 3-2, and we go up 4-2. So that was actually a little nerve-wracking, just, having Cleveland steal 2 games. But Brooklyn's up next. Brooklyn has Kyrie, Caris LeVert, Kevin Durant, Davis Bertans, DeAndre Jordan. So that's a good team, too. Hopefully we can beat this team. We go up 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Okay, so Brooklyn was a lot easier than Cleveland. We actually end up sweeping that series, and now we're going up against Sacramento, who's the 6th seed coming in to the NBA Finals. They have Derrick Rose, Zaire Williams, Harrison Barnes, Al Horford, and Marvin Bagley. We should be better than this team. And Bol off the bench is nice. Harry Giles, Robert Williams. Well, they have 3 centers off the bench, and then a shooting guard and a power forward. Yeah, so their bench is not as good as our bench. It's not even well-rounded or anything. We go up 2-0, 3-0, and we do win the championship in 4 games. So we only lost 2 games throughout the entire playoffs. And LaMelo Ball actually wins Finals MVP. He's an 86 overall. So that's it. So it took about 2 seasons after we did the Start Today season. I was able to bring the Detroit Pistons to a championship. I hope you guys all enjoyed. And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody for watching. Other than that, it's been TKE. It's been real. Peace out.